Hello everybody, Resident here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Nintendo Land. In the previous episode, we conquered Captain Falcon's Twister Race. And in today's video, we'll be conquering the final solo attraction in the game. We're one step closer to conquering this world forever. Alright, so this is honestly my least favorite minigame in Nintendo Land. And while I would say that I was prolonging the inevitable, which is why it's taken forever to upload this video, that's not the case at all. This footage is actually recorded several months ago before this was uploaded, and I have a fun story about this one. I know I recorded the commentary for this, and I had everything edited together, but when I was transferring files from one computer to another, I didn't transfer the finished video, so I get to do all this all over again. Oh boy. Alright, so how Yoshi's Fruit Car works is that you're going to be using the gamepad touchscreen to draw a path for the Yoshi car to follow. Now the thing is, you can't see the obstacles on the TV on the gamepad, so you're going to be looking back and forth between them in mind. Now, as for why this is my least favorite minigame in Nintendo Land, it's honestly just kind of boring. I'm sorry, I know there are some people out there who like this one. I know one of my sisters, this is one of her favorites in the game. But personally speaking, I'm not that big of a fan of it. Enough complaining aside, let's talk about strategies. You may notice that the background design on these levels has like a certain patterns and things like that. Like that one looks like an exploding star or something like that. This one has polka dots. So my strategy for this is to try and find landmarks for where the fruits are located nearby. And then use those on the gamepad, because those patterns do appear on the gamepad screen. Like, for example, that present that you see on the top of the screen, when I'm playing through this level, I would be thinking, oh, I could just move Yoshi to the bottom corner of that polka dot, and I'll get a present right there, so that's going to be super exciting. Also, that power-up right there, that gives you like a little beacon for you to place on the gamepad. It's not that great, I don't like using it that often, but I'm sure there's some uses for it out there. Now, the thing about this minigame, and I share this complaint with the octopus dance, is the fact that even though the fruit, what kind of fruits and obstacles you'll be facing each stage will be the same each time, their locations will change every time you play through the game. So just because it's this pattern on my game does not necessarily mean it will be the same on yours, so I do apologize for that. But as you can probably tell on screen, the fruit that have the numbered flags on them, those are the ones you're going to want to get in order. Everything else you can just get in any order you want, but you want to get the numbered ones in a set order. And stages like this, where the pattern moves around, this can be a little bit of a pain. You probably get used to it after playing it for a while, but I'm not really a big fan of it. This is also another case where even if I had a gamepad capture card, I probably still wouldn't show the gamepad screen, because the only thing you'd really see would be like me drawing the path for the Yoshi car, which you're going to just see on screen anyway no matter what I do, and you can't see the obstacles on the gamepad. So I don't really see a point in demonstrating the gamepad screen for my viewers who are playing along or something like that. Also for this right here, I accidentally skip over a stage, so that's super exciting, but this is more of a casual Let's Play, so I don't really care either way. If I can find the footage for for that stage that we skipped over, I'll probably demonstrate at the end of the video or something like that. I don't know what I'm going to do. But what I do know we're going to be doing is that we're going to collect the watermelon of awesomeness, and we're going to be talking about how the Wii Remote works in this game. Because, just like the other solo attractions, a Wii Remote player can help out the person playing on the gamepad. So, what they do in this game is one Wii Remote can pick up one fruit. So, if you have one person helping along with the Wii Remote, they can pick up one fruit, but you're going to have to get everything else. Or if you have 4 people with Wii Remotes, each one of them can pick up a single fruit. So, it's pretty useful if you're playing with a younger sibling or something like that, and they're struggling with a certain level. An older sibling or parent or somebody can point the Wii Remote at the screen and pick up any of the fruits that the person may have missed or something like that. So that's definitely pretty useful. I've never actually tried it myself, and I highly, highly recommend against trying this on alone, because it's kind of hard to pay attention to picking up the fruits with the remote if you're just playing by yourself. There are probably some people out there who have mastered the ability of using the gamepad and Wii remote at the same time during this minigame, in which case kudos to you. But I've just never really gotten used to it. And I've tried plenty of times when I was trying to record the footage for this, and each one of them I was feeling worse than last, so it's probably not the best experience ever. But what is one of the best experience ever, that's proper grammar, don't judge me, is that there is a new power-up in this level. So that's going to be something that's pretty handy-dandy. I promise I won't say that ever again. As soon as past me finishes drawing, mapping out the... Okay, this is something that bothers me about this minigame. I could talk about that more in a moment after I describe the power-up. This power-up is a cherry, and how it works is Yoshi will eat all the fruit in front of him, and that's pretty useful and all, but at the same time, it kind of works whenever it feels like. There'll be some times where it picks up more fruit than you wanted to, which is... Ow. I smacked my hand on the desk. The power-up will pick up things that you... What was I saying? The power-up will sometimes miss a fruit that was directly in front of it, so it's not really that pleasant of an experience. And going back to what I was saying a moment ago before I got sidetracked by the cherry and smacking my hand on the desk, is it may seem a little boring watching the gameplay because I'm spending so long mapping out the chart on the gamepad. That's not really anything I can do anything about, and like I said earlier, it wouldn't help that much if I was demonstrating the gamepad footage anyway. I don't know, maybe it would, but I just don't have the gamepad capture card, so I can't do it even if I wanted to. This one right here is another one that I'm not really a big fan of. I think if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've seen this footage, but if I remember correctly, it took me like 2 attempts to get all the fruit in this one. So basically, you want to try to figure out a pattern. And wait, did we actually do it in one try? Oh, we just barely missed it. Curse you, passed me. You're supposed to be perfect. Alright, so yeah, we only have one more fruit now, and luckily this one is not going to be as much of a big in the pain in the patootie as the other ones. As soon as past me draws a chart. Okay, there we go. Again, with the whole thing of just watching the gameplay while past me finishes drawing out the layout. I probably could have done this in live commentary, but the thing is, it took me like an hour or so to get the footage for this, and if I tried doing that in live commentary, I'm sure my commentary would be even more boring than it is already. Another thing that I want to bring up is the fact that even though we are going to be playing every minigame in this game, as I've mentioned in the other solo tracks and levels, we're not really going to be focusing too much on bonus stages, because I just don't personally care enough to play through those ones. We're only going to be playing up to level 20, which is the last stage in the main level, but we will be demonstrating something special that gets unlocked after you complete the final stage, and will past me go already! I've been sitting here for like an hour or so. Finally! Oh my god, that was like 2 minutes! What was past me doing? Eating a sandwich? Alright, so, yeah, as you can see on screen, past me also picked up a Wii remote and tried using that. It doesn't always work that well, but a good strategy you could try with this is, if you're not quite sure that everything lined up perfectly, then you can use a Wii remote and just keep it pointed at the fruit that you think you're going to miss or something like that. So you can try that, and oh my gosh, it took freaking forever for past me to get that fruit. Alright, so yeah, that's why I don't do post-commentary anymore, and I guess in hindsight I probably should have gone through this footage before recording, but my time for recording today is a little bit limited, so I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible. But enough about that, because now we're moving on to the next stage, and by moving on to the next stage I mean we've been sitting here again for another eternity. This is what I mean when I say this minigame isn't all that interesting to look at. Yoshi's fruit card is actually one of the reasons why I wasn't too sure whether or not I wanted to do a Let's Play this game, because I wasn't sure if this would be interesting to watch. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this or something like that. I know I've gotten a couple comments in the past saying that they like to watch me in the background and stuff like that while they do stuff. So that's pretty nice. I do like the music that plays when the Yoshi cards are going. I don't think you can actually unlock that on the jukebox or something like that, which is very depressing. I'm very tempted to edit in a part where the Smash Brothers announcer is all like, success! Whatever that appears. Now this right here, why in the world is this so far into the level? This is one of the easiest things ever. Alright, so that enemy right there, that is a beam. If you touch it, you're gonna lose a life, and it's not very pleasant at all. But it's the easiest thing in the world to avoid. Why wasn't this like a level 5 stage or something like that? Personally speaking, I think we're way past some of the harder ones in this game. But still. Alright, so, well, the difficulty is ramping up a little bit. And those little flowers are going to make it a little bit difficult for you to focus on a landmark and things like that. But hopefully we'll be able to do this with no rap music or flash dancing. I don't think I ever actually explained how the fruit works in this minigame. Basically, you pick up... You probably already saw this from the bar on the bottom of the screen. But whenever you pick up a fruit, Yoshi will be able to go a little bit further. So that's going to be pretty useful. Obviously, if the bar runs out, then you're going to completely run out of juice or whatever. Well, I guess that works because you can make juice out of fruit. I just know that because I had a couple of juice earlier today. Well, that's not important right now. The important thing right now is that I actually really like this stage right here with the bees and the fruits and stuff like that. Because, I don't know why, it just feels kind of unnecessarily epic when you're going through this one and narrowly avoiding the bees. Speaking of narrowly avoiding stuff, I should probably explain the stamps in this minigame. As per usual, these will all be written in the description below for you to ignore. But the stamps you can get in this minigame are 3 close calls, which you get for narrowly avoiding 3 dangerous obstacles, 5 egg exit, which you get with 5 or more eggs, Gatekeeper, clear all the gates, a Gatemaster, finish all 50 gates without using assisted play, warp gates, or check marks, and Triple B Buffet, use a chili plate to eat 3 bees. Bee? I had to make that reference. Alright. This is also another really fun one, and as you can probably tell by the different design of the door, this is the very last level in the main story, and as I explained when I was going over the stamps, there are actually 50 in all, but I honestly don't care enough to go through the other ones because I kind of didn't even really want to play Yoshi Fruit Card to begin with, and again, that's one of the reasons why I was considering not doing this as a Let's Play at all, but I decided to play Nintendo Land anyway because I like literally every other minigame. Maybe not Octopus Dance or something like that. But that's not important right now, because we're now going to be going through the final door. And success! So this level video thingy may have been a little bit more negative, but I promise, the worst is over. We're going to be getting into the good stuff in the next couple episodes, so that's going to be super exciting. And with that, we're ending this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Nintendo Land, and next time, it's geared to you. Oh yeah.
Apple. Bananas. Pear. Peach. Strawberry. Melon. Orange. Gray. Watermelon. Black. Present. T. Spy. Spy. Colgate. Number flag.